That's why we didn't do racking studies. But we do go, you know, this was a 3 years first phase. We did go counting aggregates. Is it missing? Is it not? That's a problem for us. If I can cure this, the rest is what the mix was going to do anyway.
I enjoy your talk quite a bit. I want to congratulate you on it. The talk is very nice. You did a very nice job in the microstructure, in the laboratory. But from the point of view of practitioner, that goes walking in a highway, what method do you recommend for him first? Realize that he needs to apply rejuvenation. Second, to determine the efficiency of rejuvenation. Is there a method that you will recommend?
Remember, yeah, I want to answer your first question, and because that's the same as the second question for me at least. When do we decide who decides what is performance? That is the question you are asking.
I understand this graph, but how do you measure? Is it by eyeballing the surface of the pavement? Do you take quantitative measurements that allows you to make a go, no-go decision?
Yeah. The way the Dutch do it at this moment is they use photographic techniques to scan the highway. So they run a piece of equipment from mile A to mile B. The equipment is trained to identify the change in texture and the loss of stone, and it gives them quantified diagrams of the loss of stone. So they literally, on photographic basis, in the past, they used to literally do what you said. They went along and they were looking, oh, that's rapid, yeah, mark it. Because we lose this expertise, we were forced to go into a more automated technique, and that's photographic technique at this moment.
So you are assuming there is a correlation between the loss in aggregates and the complex moduli. But as the aging occurs at the beginning, there is a stiffening of the material that apparently improves the property of material, reach to a point and there is a complete degrading of the material. So until you reach that point, you might not have much loss of aggregates.
Let me answer it otherwise. Remember, I showed some list of bitumens and how we collected them. Some of them we made them ourselves. Others came out of the field. We just extracted them. So there is enough information that tells us how that bitumen is behaving over a period of time. So all the issues of the early aging, because of plant and because of this and because of that, it's already there. It's probably already accounted in your design. The aging we showed is way beyond those limits. This is the aging of the 3, 5, 6 years. So it's way beyond that. And yes, one can, I tend to show frequency-like relations, but you can also do the patty test-like thing. And then you get the other side of the equation, which says fracture. And I agree with you that fracture, how can I say, high stiffness and low strength or high strength are two different concepts. Unfortunately for our industry, it seems that there is a correlation. But indeed, you can easily do the same test on a fracture basis to give you the fracture numbers. For me, for the Dutch, the fracture number is that now there is a hole. And now I go and pick up a stone out of that hole, I take it in the lab and I find it G star and it's very high.
I have two questions, very close to you, by the way. My first one was, what percentage rejuvenator did you use for your field applications?
Yeah, the best that I know of, with 5%, you can get what you will get with between 25 and 30 of another rejuvenator.
And
So one of the better products, it was here, it was 5%, that brought me back to the original stiffness.
And your percent is based on the weight of the binder?
It's percentage binders, yeah, I was showing binders. I skipped, if you notice, the mortar stuff.
Okay, and then my second question was kind of going back to what these two asked about the diffusion rate. And in your laboratory experiment, you were just using the aged binder, the rejuvenator, correct?
Yeah.
And at what temperature was that?
Several, because of what we said. I can't remember what I showed, but we have to do it at more than one because of what we said. It's a molecular process. So I think it was 180 for 30 minutes. The one I showed, but doesn't.
I was just wondering with that and the fact that you were just using the binder and the rejuvenator, how do you think that translates into the field where there's aggregates on the pavement, in the pavement?
The aggregate,
the temperature isn't that high.
Yeah. Well, this shows it, but the aggregate is not part, at least, of this attempt. I agree with you. I want to put words into your mouth. The aggregate won't get loose because of the bitumen only. Most likely, there are more than one ways to release an aggregate. One of them is to make sure that this area here, the interface area, fails. Huh? I wish, I hope, that our rejuvenators not only go through this dark red, I don't know if it's visible from your side, but they go all the way to the stone to rejuvenate also the adhesion. I don't have a proof for that until now. Testing interfaces, it will probably happen in your generation, but we had this discussion, not in ours. It's very difficult to test micromechanical in interface, unfortunately.
I think
But
we can, yeah, go.
I hope that indeed the rejuvenator goes towards the stone, to the interface, because that's another world out there, which also can fail, which also degrades, which probably also starts degraded because of depletion phenomena. Depletion is when some of the goodies of bitumen get into the porous structure of the aggregate and leave behind the bigger ones, the stiff ones. So that interface is a bad area. I cannot easily get to it though. I have to go through the bitumen. Huh? So we said, okay, let's try the bitumen first. I don't know if that answers your question.
Okay, thanks so much, Tom. We do have some time also for more questions. We have a reception outside, so please join me again to thank Tom for an excellent presentation. We really appreciate that he took the time to come over. He was in Atlanta. I know it's a long trip, and he was able to manage a day to stop by here. We here in Illinois, we don't age very often, Tom.
Apparently.
So we want to make sure that you don't age too. So we got you a nice clock from Illinois.
Oh, I thought you bought a L'Oreal product or something.
I did try. There we go.
I'll hold it. Wow.
So that's from the guys here from Illinois.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
All right, you are all welcome for a reception
Good
outside.
for a volunteer. I'll come back next year. Thank you.
I think what happens